Maya sat in the nursery rocker at 3 a.m., her newborn son finally asleep against her chest. The room glowed softly in amber light. The paint color she'd selected, the crown molding she'd designed, the plush rug she'd ordered. Every detail had been her vision, her labor of love. She'd planned everything. The baby registry, meticulously researched. The baby shower her mother-in-law paid for, but Maya organized vendors, invitations, games. She'd purchased most of the nursery furniture herself, assembling cribs and dressers with swollen hands during her 3rd trimester. She'd painted sample squares until she found the perfect sage green. Then came the birth. The day that should have been joyful. Instead, it became the day Maya almost died. Labor had been progressing normally until it wasn't. Monitors beeped frantically. Nurses rushed in. Her doctor's face went pale. Emergency C-section. Now. Maya remembered the terror in her husband Ryan's eyes as they wheeled her away. The cold operating room. The strange tugging sensation. And then nothing. Her blood pressure plummeted to 60/70. For horrifying minutes, the medical team fought to keep her alive while delivering her son. She survived. Her baby was healthy. But survival came with a price: 6 weeks of mandatory recovery. No bending, no lifting anything heavier than the baby, no climbing stairs repeatedly, complete bed rest recommended. The C-section incision across her abdomen was still swollen, angry, painful. Every movement reminded her that her body had been cut open and stitched back together. But bed rest was fantasy. She'd gotten maybe a quarter of the recommended rest because babies don't wait. Diapers needed changing. Feedings happened every 2 hours. Laundry piled up. And Ryan, entering his busy season. Gone for almost all of September. A month in, Maya was just starting to feel human again. The crushing exhaustion was lifting slightly. Her incision hurt less. But the resentment was growing like a dark flower, fed by every moment of neglect, every instance of weaponized incompetence. Today had been the breaking point. Their son developed mucus, his tiny nose congested, breathing labored. Maya had been up all night with the nasal aspirator, suctioning, soothing, panicking every time his breathing sounded wrong. When Ryan woke up, she asked for help. "I can't," he said, face pale. "It makes me squeamish." Squeamish. The word echoed like a slap. She'd almost died bringing their son into this world. Her body bore the scars, the swelling, the pain, but he was too squeamish to clear their baby's nose. And then there were the socks. The tiny baby socks in the 3rd drawer of the nursery dresser. The dresser Maya had assembled, organized, and labeled. She'd told Ryan where they were last week. She'd told him again 3 days ago. Today, for the 3rd time, he stood in the doorway looking helpless. "Where are the socks?" Something inside Maya snapped. 3rd drawer, 3rd time I've told you, 3rd. He looked at her like she was unreasonable, his expression hurt and bewildered. "You don't have to be mean about it. I just forgot." Forgot? As if their son's clothing location wasn't important enough to remember? As if Maya's words weren't worth the mental effort to retain. She had a pet peeve one she'd always had, long before pregnancy and postpartum hormones. She hated repeating herself. Absolutely despised it. To her, being forced to repeat information felt like disrespect, like the other person didn't value her enough to listen the first time. Her words felt disposable, forgettable, unimportant. Now, sitting in this nursery she'd created, holding this miracle baby she'd nearly died bringing into the world, with an incision still healing and a partner who couldn't remember where socks were kept, Maya wondered if she was being the asshole. The hormones were real. The postpartum emotional roller coaster was textbook. Maybe she was overreacting. Maybe asking him to remember sock locations was unreasonable. Maybe her expectations were too high. But then she thought about everything. The planning, organizing, shopping, designing, the near-death experience, the painful recovery she'd barely gotten through, the sleepless nights, the mucus extractions that made her squeamish too. But she did anyway because their baby needed her. She'd become the default parent, the keeper of all knowledge, the one who had to explain where everything was despite being the one who should be resting. Was she the asshole for feeling resentful? Was she wrong to expect her partner to remember basic information after being told multiple times? Was she being unfair to feel angry that he got to opt out of uncomfortable parenting tasks while she had no choice? She looked down at her sleeping son, his perfect tiny face peaceful and trusting. He deserved parents who worked together. He deserved a mother who wasn't drowning in resentment. And maybe, just maybe, he deserved a father who knew where the damn socks were. What do you think? Is she being unreasonable or is her frustration justified? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, share, and follow this page for more.